What up, man? What's the deal? Welcome to Stand on the Media. Salute to the Stand on the Media family out there. Salute. Happy Monday to everybody. Hope everybody's good again, man. Hell of a week in front of us. Let's get to it. Let's get to work. If you're new to my channel, much appreciated. Do me a favor, though. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Like this video. Leave a comment in this video. Please share this video. Hit the notification bell. You will be notified when I drop my videos. So, look, man, we're going to get to it. I just ran across this content, man. Salute to On Point Stories. Salute to On Point Stories. They just dropped something new. And a lot of people have questions of what was really said when Nipsey Hussle was taken from us. You know what I mean? There was a lot of speculation and what was said. One of the things I think was said that that Eric Holder allegedly was a snitch, and he was questioned on it, and that ruffled Eric Holder's feathers. He left, took a breather, but it really pissed him off even more. Thinking about it, you can see him pacing back and forth in that burger stand that they were at before he went and did the unthinkable. But we never really knew exactly what was said, what was actually said. Cowboy said one thing, other people said another. It's a lot deeper than what people think. CS2 Back has even floated a ridiculous rumor that he was sent by by Big U. It's been a lot going around that when it first happened, but I remember where I was at when it first happened and what I heard. And what I thought it was more of what on the lines of he was allegedly supposed to be a snitch, but really wasn't. Got questioned on it. Things went left, and that's why we're here today. On Point Stories did a video. I haven't watched it. We're going to watch it together, right? I don't know if I'm going to do the entire video. It's 34 minutes, 15 seconds. But I am going to commentate on as much of it as I feel I need to. And then we'll go from there. But the title reads, What Nipsey Hussle Really Said to Eric Holder Minutes Before the Unthinkable. Minutes before the unthinkable. What was said? It sounds like we're going to get to the bottom of this. What Nipsey really said to Eric Holder minutes before the unthinkable. We're going to get to this video a lot sooner than the 5-minute mark. It's Pay It Forward Monday. To those that didn't watch my previous video, it's all day, every Monday. I'm asking everybody that watches my video and rocks with me to just do me a small solid. Do an act of kindness, pay it forward by doing an act of kindness for somebody that really may need it, that may be in a bind, may be going through hard times. We all go through hard times, and a compliment can go a long way. But if they financially are in a hole, maybe you can help them if you got it. Pay It Forward Monday is it represents paying an act of kindness to someone, not because you have to, not because you're forced to do it. You do it because you want to. You do it because you can. You do it because you care. And what you just did could make a change in that person's day in life. So that's what Pay It Forward Monday is all about. And that's all I ask the people who rock with me, who watch my videos, who support me. I just ask them to do that every Monday. I do it every day. Believe it or not, I make that a habit of doing something, some type of act of kindness every single day. I do it, so this is every day for me. So if you can just do it for one day, you know what I mean, that's huge. You know what I mean? And then maybe you'll fall into doing it every day. But anyway, salute to the Stand on the Media family out there. I do want to just get to the video. So salute to y'all, man. Nothing but love to y'all and everybody that rocks with your boy, the newcomers too. I appreciate you. Let's get to the content. Stand on the Media. Let's go.
I know for sure you didn't kill him behind that conversation. So while the world is stuck on the conversation. Oh, he called him a snitch. That's why he did what he did. I heard the conversation. So why do y'all stay stuck over here?
Yeah, Cowboy was there for most of the transaction that occurred that day. He went inside to eat his lunch. At the time of the shooting, he wasn't actually present.
And they say Hustle told Eric Holder the word on the street was that he was a snitch. Then Holder opened fire.
Oh man, look with that. About that, man, like on the case, I'm on the case right now, so I can't really speak.
This call is being recorded.
Just some young trying to make it out.
I prosecuted the Nipsey Hussle case, Eric Holder Jr. for killing Nipsey Hussle. I didn't know much about Nipsey before that happened. I watched endless hours of Nipsey Hussle interviews. And one of the great things about Nipsey, if people don't know, he's a very thoughtful person. And I think a very honest person. And that's what kept me coming back to watch more, because I could tell.
The moments that last forever go beyond what we see on the court.
Bruh. Coming back to watch more, because I could tell. If he's willing to talk about something, he's going to tell the truth about it. And if he's not willing to talk about it, he just wouldn't talk about it.
Either you gon' fold or step up to the plate. When it's your time to bat, you show him that you great.
I learned so much about him, and I prosecuted gang cases for 6 years, but I learned more about that gang life from the perspective of somebody who lived in it and in many ways transcended it.
You're going to lay in the bed you make. You're not going to get away with nothing in terms of the energy. You know what I mean? But the energy is always going to return to you. So when you just living in this cycle of being negative all day and just putting out negativity and that's the only energy you putting out, it's going to return to you in a different form than you put it out in. So I would just say, master your energy. Do your best to master your energy and what you put out, and unless that's what you want, cause you entitled to whatever you want to create, whatever experience you want to create for yourself. But if you're tired of that shit, adjust the energy. You know what I mean? As best you can. Adjust what you wake up thinking and what you say. And then lastly, what you do.
And then I'm gonna fill the rest of the building up, catch B-roll, do all that stuff.
Imagine a sunny afternoon, a beloved community leader standing outside his own store, surrounded by people who looked up to him. Then, in broad daylight, he's shot multiple times by someone he knew. This wasn't a random act. This was personal. But why did Eric Holder Jr. kill Nipsey Hussle that day?
Gotta think that he was in the hood with his shirt off, already on one. Blue rag on, all that. Why is you even talking to this nigga about this shit, man? Who even walks around the hood with no shirt on to let him know he don't got no pistol on him and all that? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, cuz. Cuz was already on some twiped out ass shit. Just gotta pay attention to the whole play. Just look at it.
The world immediately pointed to one conversation.
Jealous niggas hated and the police raided.
Nipsey never called him a snitch, not one time.
Nigga, we mapped it out. Niggas jealous cause they wanna rap. What's that about?
A rumor about Nipsey calling Eric a snitch. But what if the story we heard was only part of the truth, or even a misunderstanding that became fatal? Let's look into the tragic layers of that day.
He was saying a lot of cuz.
Who was?
Eric.
Okay. Could you hear what they were saying?
I didn't really kind of understand it, what he was talking about, but I know to tell from the tension from Nipsey, he didn't really want to talk to him, trying to get to me, to take the picture or whatever, trying to wait till he stopped talking.
Do you know why he wouldn't want to talk to him?
Because I guess the way he was just cuz, hey, you ever snitched on somebody, cuz this, cuz that.
That's what Nipsey was saying?
That's what Eric was saying.
To understand what happened, we need to look at Eric Holder Jr. before that day. Eric was once just another man in L.A. trying to make it as a rapper, known as Fly Mac.
Leave a nigga blood dripping when I stick this full clipping. Any nigga get the tripping and my niggas get the chipping. We'll leave your ass missing when it's time to bust a mission. Holla points to get the spitting and your flesh get the rip. Any nigga want a trip, you know I'm down to ride for you niggas trying to twist. That's a bloody homicide. Most you niggas envy me, but I don't really mind. But I'll shoot your brains out if your ass get out of line.
He claimed the same organization as Nipsey, the Rolling 60s. But Nipsey built businesses and gave back, while Eric stayed stuck in the streets, losing respect. And his rap dreams didn't pan out. His name in the streets was already shaky.
How I feel about Eric Holder, is something that is neither here nor there, because my feelings ain't gonna help us or save him or stop anything that he's going through right now. So I'd rather keep that to myself. Plus, you know, if you live by the gun, you know what I mean? If you you dabble in that life, whatever happens is meant for you. I can't say shit about it. What I do when I go through what I went through, I had to go through that because I did that. I chose that. So now he got to answer for that, whatever it may be.
There was a time he got into a fight and he was badly beaten and violated. According to some, he never got over that loss. And then something even more serious happened. Eric was jumped and severely beaten about a year or two before the fateful incident with Nipsey, and he needed brain surgery. People who knew him said he changed after that. He became paranoid, quick to snap, and his thoughts appeared to be off. People that knew him said Eric was always wild, but after his brain injury, he changed even more. Plus, there were rumors Eric started using hard drugs, specifically crystal meth, which, when mixed with his mental issues, made things worse.
Like, I was crying tears after tears at first. Then when I called back in and they told me who it was, it's like all the tears stopped. Like, damn. Like, this shit's bullshit. Like, how the fuck he do that shit? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, man, what the fuck is going on? Like, I know that type of shit didn't just take place while I was in here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that shit have a nigga's stomach fucked up, like, ready to throw up. Like, come on, bro. Like, just you being my little bro, you should have started, cuz. You gotta think that nigga was in the hood with his shirt off, already on one. Blue rag on, all that. Why is you even talking to this nigga about this shit, man? Who even walks around the hood with no shirt on to let a nigga know he don't got no pistol on him and all that? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, cuz. Cuz was already on some twiked out ass shit. Just gotta pay attention to the whole play. Just look at it.
We caught them red-handed. Here's how our auto insurer is illegally taking advantage of us.
Bruh.
Number 1.
Pay attention to the whole play. Just look at it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he fucked up in the head at the time, too.
Yeah, I heard, there was always those rumors about him that he might have had, like, some mental issues or something like that.
Nah, he had brain surgery, though.
Oh.
Some shit that happened. He got into a fight for brain swelled up and all that. They stumped him out. You know what I mean?
Damn.
And so he had brain surgery, and that's what started the mental shit, in and out of the hospital and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Mental hospitals and all that. He probably, that with the drugs probably wasn't no good combination. You don't know what the fuck going on. Once he had made it that far down the line, and I used to see him off the, I had been cut him off though.
Yeah.
I've been learning how to love from a distance. That was my little nigga, but it's like you a liability. You no longer an asset. You done let the drugs whoop you. Cuz is a nut. Either way it go, he a nut. So it's like that. Yeah, that some more. That nigga's crazy regardless though. Like, everybody know that about that little nigga.
This whole situation was already making him unravel. This brings us back to that fateful Sunday. Just weeks before that fateful day, Eric had reportedly experienced a manic episode convinced he was going to be killed. He had recently come into some money, received a lump sum from SSI, allowing him to get his own place. It was as if he was trying to reset, to reestablish himself in the very neighborhood he felt had turned its back on him, but he carried a major chip on his shoulder. On March 31st, 2019, Eric Holder was hanging out with a female friend, allegedly looking to get something to eat. They went to Eric's old neighborhood, to the Marathon parking lot, and then he crossed paths with Nipsey Hussle. The stage was set, ironically, at Nipsey's own Marathon clothing store. Nipsey, ever the leader, the man of the people, was simply doing what he always did, connecting with his community, taking pictures with fans, living his vision.
Then I got another video that nobody got on Earth, and I'm down there, and I see Cuz standing back there like this. So Cuz did come back.
Nipsey saw Eric pull in, and according to Cowboy, Nipsey said, "I wonder how this is going to unfold."
When the car pulled up and they hit that corner, and when Nip asked Rimpaw, is that shitty? And Rimpaw like, yeah. And he didn't really say it to nobody, but I distinctly remember saying, I wonder how this going to unfold. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the exact words, like, I wonder how this going to unfold. Oh, no, I wonder how this is going to play out, something like that. You know, and at the time, you know, you don't really think nothing of it. You know, I'm just sitting there now, just ear hustling, just listening to what's going on. Like, you know, I know the little nigga, but I don't know nothing about, you know, I ain't heard nothing about the dude. There's nothing, you know, that I know. It's his generation, you know what I mean? Whatever's going on, that's their generation, politics or whatever. But he never caught the man a snitch. That's the only reason that I'm getting on the stand. I did not see him shoot Nipsey. No, I did not. I cannot physically say, yeah, I saw. So basically, it's like, you know, we all homies. We all friends. So when he seen the dude, it wasn't like he seen an enemy or he seen somebody that had told on him. You understand what I'm saying? So there's no reason to be like, oh, there go that motherfucker. So it wasn't that type of situation. It was more like, it's my partner. I ain't seen my cousin in a while, but I've been hearing some shit and I ain't, you know, so, hey, bro, look, they got this little paperwork floating around. You know what I'm talking about. You know, you need to take care of it. Basically, he was kind of giving him a heads up. He never accused him of nothing. You know what I mean? Just saying, man, you know, they got some shit floating around. I ain't read nothing, but, you know, it was more or less what you would tell a friend. Like, if you ain't seen me in a while, but you know Cowboy, your friend, but you done heard something about Cowboy, when you see me, like, look here, Cowboy, look, I done heard this, man. You need to take care of it.
See, that's where it get tricky at right there. Because what the other rumor is, and a lot of people don't want to talk about it, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. And I'm going to respect the politics as much as possible, right? I come from it, so I understand it. But we got to speak on all accusations. Like, and I'm a Nipsey fan. And even if what is being alleged is true, right? I don't gangbang. I get it, right? But I'm gonna be biased, and I don't care. I'm gonna be honest. I don't care. I'm gonna be biased. It's okay, people, sometimes to be biased. That's something else other people don't want to hear. I don't want people to say, no, it's okay to be biased. If I lose your friendship over me saying if Nipsey did some telling, I'm still rocking with him, then we wasn't cool to begin with. Go on your fucking way. At the end of the day, I'm not gonna lose no sleep over it. That's what I'm not gonna do. But the rumor was that it was the other way around. That shitty cuz was questioning Nipsey about some telling alleged that was supposed to have happened. And that's where it got ugly. But who knows? None of us was there. But like I said, even if that was the case, if it came out that Nipsey indeed had did some telling at some point, for me, man, he changed so many lives and did so much good in his time. I can overlook that. It's effed up though. But I don't know the situation, and I really don't care, to be honest with you. Telling is telling. I'm sorry. Even as a Nipsey fan who gonna rock with him no matter what, there's no circumstance, in my opinion, where you can say that constitutes or, you know what I mean, gives validation to someone's telling. Telling is telling. If you told on somebody else to get yourself out of a situation, you're foul for that. Period. But I like Nipsey, and I like what Nipsey has done, and I'm rocking with him. So I'm going to be biased. But I don't know if that's even true. That's just another rumor that has floated out there also. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? You know what I mean? The bottom line is he was taken away from us for nothing. That's the bigger picture here. Nipsey was taken away from us for nothing. Just like Tupac, just like Big, and so many others. Taken away from us too soon over absolutely nothing. And these white people, and if the shoe don't fit, then you must have quit. Look the other way. But to those white folks out there that they do, you know what they doing? They sit back and they grinning from ear to ear. We ain't got to do it. Let the monsters, they call us the monsters. Let the monsters kill themselves. And that's what happens every time. And they just sit there and grin from ear to ear every time we take away one of our greats. Let's get back to it.
So my thing is, I heard the whole conversation. So you killed Nipsey. We know that. You already admitted to that. You killed Nipsey. But I know for sure you didn't kill him behind that conversation.
What followed was a conversation caught on camera, but interpreted in an array of ways. The core of it, the alleged spark, was talk of paperwork.
So while the world is stuck on the conversation, oh, he called him a snitch, that's why he did what he did. I heard the conversation, so while y'all stay stuck over here, okay? I heard the conversation, so I still need to know why. Yeah, everybody stuck. Oh, that's why. Okay, you stick on that why. I'm not, you feel me?
Cowboy stood on the fact that Nipsey never directly called Eric a snitch, describing the conversation as a regular friendly chat between associates who hadn't seen each other in a while. Eric's reply, he just brushed it off, saying that people were just hating on him. To Cowboy, the conversation ended there, and Nipsey simply moved on, talking to other fans. Eric even shook hands with others in Nipsey's group before leaving. So, why the explosion? Cowboy insists that Eric definitely did not kill Nipsey because of that conversation.
Yeah, Cowboy was there for most of the transaction that occurred that day. Mm-hmm. He went inside to eat his lunch. At the time of the shooting, he wasn't actually present, but he heard a lot of conversation before.
But others tell a different story. Surveillance video reportedly showed Nipsey moving his hands a lot, while Eric did not seem to be taking it well. The woman who gave Eric a ride to the store and saw the talk later spoke under a deal that protected her from going to jail. She gave another account. She felt Eric was trying to stir up trouble, and Nipsey just calmly replied that he had not. She noticed Nipsey's body language, making her feel like he wanted Eric to go away.
Chevy is called the heartbeat of America, like the people who keep this country moving.
Bruh.
For them, only America.
Noticed Nipsey's body language, making her feel like he wanted Eric to go away.
Because I guess the way he was just like, cuz, have you ever snitched on somebody, cuz this, cuz that.
That's what Nipsey was saying?
That's what Eric was saying. Nipsey wasn't like saying nothing. He was just like, nah, nah, like that, you know.
Did it sound like Eric was accusing him of snitching?
To me, it sounded like, kind of like he was trying to be a little messy.
Oh.
You know, like I wasn't kind of like getting into it, but you know, because I'm not the messy type. I'm just like kind of like listening, but I'm just like, okay, like what is he talking about? Like to myself though. And then, but I can tell like by looking at Nipsey or whatever, because you know I'm waiting to take the picture. Like he looking like, you know, he need to go on somewhere. That's how I got the impression. I didn't hear no arguing, and even when I took the picture and everything, I didn't hear no arguing. It was just like casual, just talking, you know, like regular guy talk, I guess, you know. Yeah, he was kind of like a little aggressive, but you know, like some guys, that's just how they talk, you know. So
who was aggressive?
To me, aggressive mean when you using slang words like cuz.
Well,
like
which one?
Eric.
There have been several different accounts of what happened. Each is drastically different than the next. Another witness allegedly said they heard Nipsey tell Eric that he could not be there right now, suggesting a heated argument. This witness then stepped back, sensing the tension. And then there's the idea that the talk about snitching was just a cover. One story suggests the real reason for the anger was Eric's failed attempt to get Nipsey and his team to listen to his new music. Eric was reportedly upset about that CD days before the shooting. The lawyers for the prosecution, during the trial, put forward the idea that the real reason was not the snitch accusation at all, but pure jealousy.
I think that she wasn't troubled by it, whatever the tone was, wasn't troubling to her. But she said that's what she remembered hearing. She did not hear Nipsey say anything other than it seemed like he was just trying to stay chill and just kind of just brush whatever Mr. Holder was saying off. That's her description of what she heard. We know Mr. Douglas said, well, no, I never heard the word snitch. Nipsey definitely didn't say the word snitch, and I never heard the word snitch. This was a conversation between two homies, where one is trying to tell the other one, who hasn't been around, so may not know, that there's some stuff going around about you that you might want to take care of. It was more in the nature of advice. And it was cool. Think about Cowboy. I hope he doesn't mind me calling him that. It's easier to say than Herman Douglas. He grew up in this neighborhood, right? This neighborhood is a neighborhood of some bad people in the neighborhood doing some bad things. There's no doubt about that. But it's also a neighborhood of some good people and some tough people. At least they wear a certain facade of toughness. And probably because of the environment that they are growing up in and living in, they find that useful. But every single person from the neighborhood who came in here and testified, including Cowboy, showed that vulnerability that lies just beneath. They all got emotional in this case when talking about Nipsey Hussle. As much as they didn't want to show it, and you could tell they didn't want to show it, from Carrie Lathan, who was clearly trying to avoid questions, to Cowboy, to Ingrid, Danae Wright, they all sort of had a moment of breakdown when talking about Nipsey Hussle and what happened to him that day.
Nipsey's massive success, including a Grammy nomination, was a sharp contrast to Eric's rap career, which had gone nowhere. One witness even argued that in today's gang world, being called a snitch isn't as big a deal as it once was, calling it a myth.
He's an OG from the neighborhood. You can't tell him anything. Talk about a gang expert. What gang expert is going to be better on the Rolling 60s than Herman Douglas? And I think you could tell from the character of his testimony that he's a straight shooter. He goes on Instagram and tells people, I don't care what you think about me and what I'm doing because I know I'm doing the right thing. You grow up in a neighborhood like this, the one we're talking about here, where the 60s claiming. I hate to use that because it doesn't belong to them. Still, it is an area where there are pockets of concentrated poverty in this neighborhood. And there is a gang that exists there. And it thrives there. The young men who grow up there learn, I think, more than the average person, to be aware of suspicious behavior or anything that can be threatening. There's an expression that you live with your head on a swivel because you're constantly looking for an enemy. Anybody who wants to get a 60 will go to this area because that's where they'll likely find one. So you look for danger. He didn't see anything or hear anything that day that made him think for one moment that there was any hostility or that Mr. Holder felt any hostility toward Nipsey Hussle. So whatever that conversation, and we don't have a recording of it, whatever it was, we don't see the hostility in the video. The witnesses who were there and within earshot didn't hear or see any hostility, the likes of which you would expect if there was some provocative act that would give rise to a heat of passion defense. just wasn't it.
Electrified. Hungok.
Bruh. Bruh.
Hey, Google. Just wasn't it. And, you know, the conversation, we never got like one complete accurate description of what was said, but it was something of the nature of Nipsey telling Eric Holder that there was word on the street that he had snitched on somebody, there was some paperwork to that effect, and that he needed to clear it up. Mm-hmm. So everybody who knows the streets, who's listening to us right now, knows exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And Eric took offense to that. Now, if you're already jealous of somebody, if you're already envious, if you're trying to get someone like Nipsey to hear your demo, your SoundCloud material, and he's not interested, and then he tells you, hey, you're not even supposed to be around here. I'm not quoting him, but you know what I mean. That's not enough to send an ordinary person into, you know, a homicidal rage, but it was enough for Eric.
What is clear is that Eric left the scene. He went to get some food, some fries, but in that short time, something changed. His mind started to unravel. He got 2 guns and loaded them. He even tried to do a drive-by shooting, but the woman he was with refused to do it in her car. Instead, Eric walked back to the Marathon parking lot with a terrible goal. He had time to calm down, time to think, but he didn't. He approached Nipsey, opened fire, not just shooting, but coming back to kick the fallen artist in the head. Nipsey's last words, reportedly, were that Eric had got him. This was not a random act, it was deeply personal. The immediate aftermath was chaos. Eric ran, and the woman driving the car, initially shocked, eventually drove him to his cousin's house about 30 minutes away. She claims she realized what had happened from news reports. She then turned herself in and worked with the police. Eric was later arrested near a mental health facility in Bellflower. His defense team argued that he was mentally ill, pointing to his diagnosis of auditory schizophrenia at 19 and a past brain injury. They even showed a picture of metal staples in his head from an attack he suffered in jail during the trial, arguing that his life in prison would be short, brutal, and full of danger.
Rapper Nipsey Hussle's alleged killer was attacked on his way to court. Eric Holder's attorney tells TMZ that he was attacked by 2 people while in a holding cell. Holder needed 3 staples after being cut with what's believed to be a razor. He also may have lost consciousness during the attack. Closing arguments in the murder trial are scheduled for Thursday. Holder's accused of shooting Hussle at least 10 times, killing him in the parking lot of Hussle's South LA store in 2019.
And it was March 29th. You'll never guess who was on that bus with me.
Who?
Eric Holder, nigga that killed Nip. I swear to God, on everything I love. He was right there on the same bus, and it's crazy because I'm chained up. I'm with a few homies. I'm with a homie from 60s too.
Yeah.
And then so I'm like, but he's in a cage though. He's like, he was PC'd up. So he was in the cage, but he was in the last cage, and I'm sitting right here. So like his cage is right here. And then I see him just look back on everything I love, and I'm like, what the f? I'm high too, mind you. I'm faded. So I'm like, what the f? And I tell the homie, I'm like, hey, I'm like, bro, I think that's old boy. He's like, and he look at me like kind of disrespectful, like, man, you tripping, you high, nigga, like, you off drugs, like, you feel me? And then I was just like, all right, man, bam, I go bang on his window, boom, boom, boom. He looks back, everybody on the bus like, what the? I swear to God. And then he's like, you Eric Holder? He's like, yeah, this shit went crazy. Well, everything I love, he got pissed on and some more shit, spit on.
They were pissing and spitting on him in the bus?
Man, shit, hell yeah, squirting piss on his ass.
Somebody like him, like, can't be, like, he has to not be in general population because he'll die.
He was as soon as we got to Delano. So look, shit, bus was going crazy, shit shaking, everybody up, boom, 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 as soon as they found out it was him. And then they stopped the bus over on the freeway. Like, man, y'all better chill out or else we finna take y'all back to the county, have to catch the whole chain again. Damn. So as soon as we got to Delano, man, I'll tell you, he covered in piss on everything I love. He covered in piss. They take him out first. They take him out and they put him away, like, you know. And then, he for sure PC'd up, though.
Even being in jail, like, where you from? I'm Lil Shitty from 6-0. Yeah, like, Shitty. Yeah, nigga, I'm Lil Shitty from 6-0. Nigga, what's up? Oh, you know the other man? Stop talking to me about cuz. You get what I'm saying? Like, it really, like, affected a whole lot right there. Like, oh, yeah, we ain't fucking with that Shitty. Like, so what is you saying? Like, I really had to be on defense mode because it's like, At this point, like, you know what I'm saying, the idiot might go for it thinking that I'm closer to the little nigga than what I am. Every time they ask me about him, I'm aggressive. It also added pressure inside the jail system on me. Not to say that it was some pressure I couldn't handle, but shit, it definitely was like a whole different turn for shit. You got like homies coming to jail and they been talking on the streets, talking about they gonna get all of the shitties out the way and all that. And I've been hearing it, so when I see them, I'm, nigga, what's up? I heard you been looking for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the deal? You know, niggas wasn't on nothing, though. They was just talking, but, you know me, I don't do too much talking.
But the evidence was too strong. Surveillance video and many witnesses. Eric Holder Jr. was found guilty of first-degree murder and sentenced to 60 years to life in prison. The consequences, however, went far beyond Eric's prison cell. Inside, he became a target. He was reportedly beaten, spit on, and put in protective custody. People loved Nipsey, one source explained, stressing the widespread hatred for Eric, even among rival gangs. And then there are the unconfirmed but widely spoken rumors of extreme payback. Social media accounts that Eric's entire family was wiped out in revenge attacks, alleging his family was killed the same day Nipsey was. However, these claims were allegedly debunked.
But let me just put this out there, and this is the only thing I really wanted to address, is that
I'm going to stop it right there, man. Anything with his voice on it, man, he don't play fair. So it's only about 7 more minutes left of that. So I'll put a link to the description. Let me grab that link now. I always forget to do that. Let me grab the link now. But I always put it in, but I always forget to grab it right away. I'm going to put a link to this video in the description of my video. Please go over there and watch the last 7-8 minutes of that, man. Finish it out. But I don't want to have dude voice on anything I do, man, because they do not play fair. Wow, that was a lot, man. That took me down memory lane, man. It's crazy, man, how all this unfolded. And at the end of the day, we still don't know exactly what was said moments before Nipsey was taken away. But I'll be honest with you, and I'm going to wrap it up. I personally do not care what was said. At the end of the day, one of our greats was taken away from us for nothing. Let's not lose sight of what's important. What's important is he was taken away for words. We have come to a place where words can get you killed. Right? Or his actions in the past that we don't know about is what got him killed. And we will never know the truth when it comes to that. But at the end of the day, he did not have to die. And he did not deserve to die. There was no need for Nipsey Hussle to die. He was a blessing for our community and did for our community. And for people to not be selfish and put how dare you put our people before yourself. See, you got to learn to be unselfish, man. Stop being selfish and learn to be unselfish, because some things are bigger than you. Some things are bigger than me, bigger than you, bigger than us. It's about all of us. What benefits us now and into the future. And he was a vessel to do just that. Taken away from us for nothing. Sad, man. If you're new to my channel, you made it this far, thank you. I appreciate you. Do me a favor, though. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment in this video. Please share the video. Hit that notification bell. You will be notified when I drop videos. Salute to my Stand on the Media family. Salute to the newcomers to the channel, man. I hope you subscribe to the channel, man, so I can welcome you in with open arms. Everybody that subscribes to the channel, whether you subscribe or not, as long as you rocking with me, you family. Some is just extended family, others is not, but we all family here. Stand on the Media, for real, for real. So salute to you, man, and I appreciate you. Yeah, it's just unfortunate. Unfortunate, man. Well, we're going to get up out of here to our original song this time. You know what I mean? But I love that Captain Crunch when that one bangs. But until the next video that I do, man, I'm going to catch y'all on the other side. Y'all know how we do it here. Stand on the Media. Let's go.
Thank you.